Whoa, that person almost hit me. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Wow, I'm in the 2019 Honda Accord Touring. This is a 2.0 liter 10-speed automatic with the electronic transmission. The car has 252 horsepower and just a ton of power. This one has the paddle shifters. It has front parking sensors, back parking sensors, sunroof, navigation, pretty much everything you could dream of in a Honda. So today we're going to be looking at the inside and outside of this vehicle, obviously taking it for a test drive. But welcome back to Geared Towards Automotive, where we look at technology, how-to videos, and all of the latest vehicles on the market. Thank you. Back to more car stuff. So Honda put the 2.0 liter engine in this vehicle, and it's basically a detuned, dumbed down version of what you're going to find in the Honda Civic Type R, which is a beast of a race vehicle that Honda has obviously made in the past 2 years. This vehicle has 273 torque though, so the torque rating is higher than the horsepower, because when you think of a 4-cylinder engine in a car, you don't think tons of power, throw you back in your seat, kind of fun. But so the question is, how can you make a 4-cylinder Honda Accord fast or powerful or fun? But because the torque is 273, which is higher than the horsepower at 252, with the paddle shifters, a 10-speed automatic transmission, this engine's basically a dumbed down version of what you're going to find in the Honda Civic Type R. Especially if you put it into sport mode, it just kind of flies. I mean, you can just get on it and break the tires loose in any lower gear. So that is how that fun factor and power is achieved in a commuter car like a Honda Accord. I personally am a big fan of the newer interior and the layout of the newer Accord. I wasn't a huge fan of the previous generation. I thought it was more kind of old school and boxy and just not as modern as where it needed to be to keep up with the rest of the vehicles out there and how sporty and modern everything is getting with all the technology and safety. So I do love the wood grain here, the nice leather seats with the stitching and the perforated seats, and all of the touchscreen features and how that kind of stands up out of the dashboard, where you have all of your, basically a computer screen in front of your steering wheel as well, and you can adjust all of your Honda sensing features and anything from right there. You can take your phone and put it in the wireless phone charger of the new Accord. So the Touring has that standard. I believe you can get it as an accessory in the lower models. One of the many reasons why I love this car, and I think that you're getting a ton of car for your money. You have the wireless phone charger, of course. You have all of the Honda sensing features standard throughout to help you drive and keep you safe. You have that nice big touch screen right in front of you. It stands up from the dash, and you have your Garmin Navigation right there, satellite radio for 90 days for free from Honda, and you can quickly jump from application to application on that screen, and it's super easy to navigate. Ergonomically, it just is easy for any person to use, whether you're not familiar with the vehicle, you're jumping in it for the first time, or you're just not used to newer technology and you're driving like a 2000 model car with no technology or Bluetooth or anything. You can easily jump in and figure everything out in this car. It's all laid out pretty much top to bottom. You have your screen there, all your heated seats, ventilated seats, climate control right below that, and right below that you have your 10-speed electronic transmission buttons and everything else that you would control, like your econ button, your sport mode button, or your electronic parking brake. So everything's super easy to find and use in the vehicle. And believe it or not, if you want more power out of the vehicle, you can get more and basically bring it up to just under the exact horsepower and torque of what a Type R would be. You could flash the ECU with a company's technology. They are called Honda, and you can easily take this vehicle up to another 20 or 30 horsepower higher than what it is now. And I have driven one of those. I'll do a video in the future on a vehicle with that in it if I can get my hands on one, but that is just an absolute rocket ship of a Honda Accord or Civic, any Honda that you can put a turbo in and then change that turbo. Wow, so getting on the highway, clearly you have enough power to get around anybody, get on and off the highway, and really just punch it and drive like an animal no matter where you want to in the Accord. I love how you have the paddle shifters right here. The steering wheel feels comfortable. It feels like it fits right in your hands, and it has a sporty touch to it. You have the stitching, you have the grip feels like a steering wheel you would have in a more higher end vehicle, like a, I don't know, like a Porsche or a BMW or anything like that. It kind of has somewhat of a flat bottom with this alloy finish right here, so it looks like a race inspired steering wheel, which would make sense because the car feels like you're driving a racier version of the Accord. It's not like you're driving an LX or a base model or anything like that. And as I'm driving along the road, I have the head-up display right here. I can see that in front of me, which has my speed, and then I have the traffic sign recognition right next to it. So the camera from Honda Sensing is picking up the speed limit sign on the road and flashing that right in front of me. So if I don't know where I am, I can see easily what the speed limit should be and if I'm going under or above it. The lane keep assist works really well on the road I'm on. The lines are painted really well, and that is the big thing right there, is if they're half painted or it's raining really heavy or snowing, they're not really going to work that well. I've heard a lot of complaints about it, but I think honestly you're going to hate me for this. A lot of it's user error. If you're paying attention to where you're driving and not trying to let the system do its own thing, it's not a Tesla, it's not a fully autonomous vehicle. It's going to do what it's meant to do. It's meant to just help you and keep you along the road if you're drifting into the other lane or falling asleep while you're driving. And I don't know about you, I've heard a lot of people tell me that the collision mitigation doesn't work, but it literally just came on as I was about to not hit somebody, but I came up pretty closely behind them and it just flashed right in front of me and braked for me, so it does work. And I'm in sport mode. If I pop it into eco, it kind of does the complete opposite. It'll just dumb everything down. You have the little leaf light up and it tells you that the engine is doing everything it possibly can to get you the best gas mileage possible. So when you're driving in the summertime, you'll notice your air conditioning is going to kind of cut off a little bit, dim down, and just get you the best gas mileage possible. Your suspension will loosen up when you have it in eco as well, and your steering will also loosen up a little bit. So it's just the complete opposite of sport mode. And if you're driving to and from work in heavy traffic or anything like that, and you just want to kick back after a long day, you can do that, and you have the option for that as well. But we're gonna put it back into sport mode because that's the most fun. And again, with the paddle shifters, you can downshift, upshift, and you really get the most power out of the car. It's pretty fun. Again, the torque level is way higher than the horsepower, and it's just, it really wants to go. It's just super jerky on the low end in a good way. It's not like a bad way. It's just the power's there and it wants to go if you need it to go, which I do like about that. I like having a car with enough power, and it's a 4-cylinder too, so I can't believe that it has, to me, what feels like the same power that was in a V6. So I think they did a good job with tuning the engine to feel like that. If you have not had the chance to jump into a new Accord lately, since they changed it, the 2019-2018 model, this being a 2019, I would highly recommend it. It is super fun, and if you're looking for a car that's a good commuter car, but you want to have a little bit of fun, and you have that little bit of a speed itch in you, and you want a fun weekend car, this would be a contender for sure. And you have tons of space in the back. And I honestly think that if I had this car as a daily driver and I owned it, I would get so many speeding tickets. I would just be in trouble because just on the low end, I mean, you just punch it, it just kind of throws you back in your seat. And I'm just surprised every time I get in it because I'm like, I keep telling myself it's a Honda Accord. It's like, what is it doing? But I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. It's fast. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of the 2019 Honda Accord Touring. This is another episode of Geared Towards Automotive. I am Philip Lombardi, and we have new videos every week on vehicle reviews, technology videos, how-to videos. But until next week, cheers. Enjoy your coffee and have fun driving.